Hey guys, Hybrid here. I hope you like the simple image on the screen. The CW has a tendency to flag for copyright claim whenever you have anything that resembles their product, image-wise, sound-wise, etc. Unless you have an agreement with them, and they don't really have agreements with many people. It's like 3 channels I could think of that they actually have agreements with. So that's why you don't see any error reviews here or anything else like that. But there's this big rumor going around about the Reverse Flash or Professor Zoom, or just Zoom for short, on the upcoming CW Arrow, or not Arrow, the upcoming CW Flash TV show. Sorry about that. But anyways, we know there's a character named Edward Thawne on the show. He's has a mysterious past and all that stuff. And a lot of people are expecting him to become Reverse Flash. Now, the thing that gets me is that the Reverse Flash, Edward Thawne, or Eobard Thawne, I think that's how his real name is in the, Flash comics. He's from the future. And this guy, I don't think he's from the future. And if you were from the future and you had the ability to, transverse time, why would you stay in the 21st century? That makes no sense. So, I'm thinking maybe the actual Professor Zoom, because he becomes Professor Zoom, not Reverse Flash. I'm thinking that the actual Professor Zoom is going to be a descendant of his. I guess something's probably going to happen in the 21st century that, he's just going to build a hate for either Barry Allen, the Flash, or both. And, that's going to be passed on, and then I guess by the time we get to his descendant, who becomes Professor Zoom, he's going to carry that hatred with him and come back to get revenge. Or they could do the thing like in the comics where he idolizes the Flash and gets surgery and everything to look just like the Flash, and he comes back and goes crazy and all that stuff. So they can go either way with it, but I'm really liking the idea that this is Edward Thawne's descendant, not Edward Thawne, because that'd be kind of obvious. And I know CW, they like going for that shock factor, kind of. They do that with a lot of their shows, especially with Arrow. They've been doing that a lot lately. You think one character is this, and then bam, totally different character, or it's another person who is this character that you thought they were. So other things with the Reverse Flash. Now, as you see on the left, that's the New 52 Reverse Flash. Pretty cool sporting appearance. And obviously on the right is Professor Zoom. But on the left, Reverse Flash, Daniel West. This was introduced in New 52, and it's actually pretty cool. Basically, Daniel West, or Danny West, is Iris West's brother, who got put in jail during the Flash's first, outing as the Flash, because he stopped, this crime. And Daniel West was one of the people that, he was doing the crime. Now, he wasn't doing the crime because he's a bad person. He kind of was in the, he got put in that position where he kind of had to do it, so to speak, like a lot of sympathetic villains. And eventually, stuff happens with the Speed Force in Central City, and he gets powers. Very similar to the regular Reverse Flash, except for his whole motive is that he wants to travel through time, go backwards through time, and kill his father. Because in the New 52, his father didn't love him, and he felt like it drove a wedge between him and Iris that he didn't want, and it really screwed up his life, yada yada yada. So I don't think that's gonna happen per se, because from what we know about the Flash TV show, it seems like their Iris West's dad is a pretty good guy. Detective West is what his character is going to be called, and because he takes him in, not in the comics, but on the TV show, he's going to take in Barry. And, I guess raise Barry and all that stuff. So I doubt they're going to go that way, unless they go to a route where Daniel West is jealous of the love that Barry seems to get from his father, and, the love he seems to get from Iris. Because we know Iris and Barry are bound to get together eventually. So, maybe they go that route, and he just kind of he develops a hate for Barry. And, maybe that once he learns Barry's the Flash, he develops a hate for the Flash as well. Or maybe, he develops a hate for both separately, and then when he finds out they're the same person, it all just comes together. We don't know. The show hasn't even aired yet, really, so this is all pretty much pure speculation. But I think if they go this route, that'd be really cool. Because, really, for Season 1, I'd like to see, Captain Cold or the Rogues be the villain. And maybe Season 2, you can see Reverse Flash, get built up. But I'd love it if they kind of showed, the Daniel West one, and then they did Reverse Flash, or Professor Zoom later on. As 2 different, Reverse Flashes, because, and I'm kind of rambling at this point, but the reason I say that is because we heard when Barry Allen was on Arrow, and he talked about, his mother's death, he said, this tornado came through his house and killed his mother. Tornado being someone who's moving really, really fast, obviously. And he was like, in a flash, I was from my house all the way to the end of the street, which seems to indicate a speedster was in the room. Now, here's my theory for that. I think Professor Zoom went back in time to kill Barry's mom, or Reverse Flash did. Either one, whichever what they call him. And what happens is Barry also goes back in time too and saves himself from getting killed, but isn't able to save his mom. And I think that's going to happen, and that'd be really cool actually for like a finale if they do that. But who knows? Pretty cool stuff there. I'm really looking forward to this Flash TV show. So comment below, what's your guys' thoughts? Who do you want to see to be the big bad? Do you want New 52 inspired Reverse Flash? Do you want, Professor Zoom? Do you just want regular Zoom, Hunter Zolomon style? What do you want to see in the show? I really don't think that Edward Thawne, as obvious as that sounds, I don't think he's going to be Professor Zoom, because if you could travel through time, theoretically speaking, in the past and to the future, why would you stay in the 21st century? Even if you hate this person, why wouldn't you just kill them now, right? So that's my thoughts on it, and this is Hybrid. I'll see you guys later.